It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down. Short throw caught by the tight end Oliver. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll get this out to about the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's Jones again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Here now, 3rd and a yard. Off the play fake. McCarthy. Now he's forced out left. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes. And when you think of Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly you can't just put him into one box. No matter how the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Got him in. It's Brown. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield. He reads defenses so well, doesn't he? He really doesn't. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. We were wondering what they would do defensively to disrupt Patrick Mahomes. Sacking him on the first drive, that's a really good way to set a tone. The last thing you want to do is let him get established in the pocket where he can set his feet and throw wherever he wants to. You
Even though he does it well on the run and on the move, you definitely want to get him off the spot in the pocket.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelsey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They go play action. Now Mahomes. Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. But yet another completion here on this opening drive, and he's now perfect 4 of 4 to start. Pretty solid execution here.
And how about how everyone's handled their nerves? Because you know what it's like to start a ball game. You're so amped up and ready to go, and sometimes the execution isn't there. They've been flawless so far.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Taken at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But the Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be out right at the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Off play action. McCarthy. He'll buy some time right. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they're fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 1st downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A give running right is Akers. About 3 yards there to the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Forced out to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they get 4 there on 4th and inches. It'll be a pickup of 4, and that leads to a Minnesota first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one up. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now it's Mahomes again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 42-yard line. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Flush to his right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, a Cardinal sin there. Thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just past the 35. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this... Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Throwing on first down. McCarthy. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there and a nice win for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. KC's offense ready to take over. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Mahomes. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing now is Mahomes. Caught, Kelsey, left side.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A nightmare of the first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, McCarthy eluding the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Off the play fake. McCarthy. On the comeback route, he's got Jefferson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A big completion there, and he gets out of bounds to stop the clock.
Very heady football. That allows them the opportunity to go ahead and line up and kick one right before the half ends.
And this one is right through. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him postgame. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action, ready to go. Welcome back, Charles. Into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Wondering what happened in that first half. 3 interceptions, very uncharacteristic.
And even the great ones go through phases like this, like what we just saw. And most of them, they have such a mental capacity to throw it out and essentially start over. I think that's where he's headed now.
He's got his opportunity to throw it out. Let's see how he does. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one. Picks up a first down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Buying time to his left. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Football back is trailing here in the second half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
A quick throw caught by Rice. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive, that third quarter is a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Here's Powell on the return. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off play action. McCarthy. And his throw here's incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Trying to find Jordan Addison that time, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw again. McCarthy. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. McCarthy being chased out left. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag, punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. There he goes, left side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Mahomes to throw. It's complete to Hopkins. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30. .15 and a fresh set of downs. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelce on the ground. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So the scoring dried up here in the 3rd. Nothing that quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. They go play fake. Mahomes. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
The partner guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
On third down, it's Pacheco. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And able to get this out to the 25. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. Fourth quarter, they cling to a 3-point lead after the field goal a moment ago, and it's certainly a very critical drive with still a good chunk of time remaining. And got his man complete! And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. McCarthy. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down inside the 30. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Going for it all. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Chiefs are right back in this football game. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Look at the big fella go. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
Mahomes firing complete. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. Now 2nd and 4. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes will throw. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. Here's 2nd down. Mahomes. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hopkins. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down. Here's Mahomes. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with the offensive coordinator now has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you, but you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. The clock stopped. 50 seconds to play. 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McCarthy. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And it is caught, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And now a tough spot here. This is 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 40. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Well, this offense still has the one timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And now they're going to get the timeout. So a huge play has him in field goal range with a chance to possibly send this one to OT. And his kick is good. And it'll be a fun time in the Twin Cities tonight. The Vikings win it.
We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.